Welcome back again to this lecture. So in today's video, we're going to talk about, same side interior angles. So if you look at that word interior means that, for example, if you do an interior design in your house, where are you going to do the interior design? Of course, you are going to do the interior inside your house. You can't do any interior design outside of your house. So which means interior means it's going to be inside. So now look at the word same side. So which means they will be on the same side and that angle would be inside. So let me give you a definition for same side interior angles. So we'll say that same side interior angles, they are angles on the same side of the transversal and they are inside the parallel lines. And for these angles, these two angles, they will be supplementary. So for example, let me use that definition real quick and tell you the meaning of that. So as we said, same side, interior. So interior means inside. So this angle is inside and the angle that will be on the same side with this angle would be this angle right here, which is, let's call that Y. And we said that if you have same side interior angle, these two angles, they would be supplementary. So which means X and Y are supplementary. So they are supplementary. And then what is the meaning of this word supplementary? So if you want to write this as an equation, so it means that if you say X and Y are supplementary, it means that X plus Y is equals to 180 degrees. So if you had these two angles, the sum would be equals to 180 degrees. So let's see another example of something that we can have inside that would be also supplementary. So what about this one too? So let's say this one is A and then this one is B, for example. So you can also see that A and B are also supplementary. So they are also supplementary. Why is that? Because they are on the same side and they are both interior angles. So which means A plus B is equals to 180 degrees. So let's keep this in mind. Let's keep all of this definition in mind. And then let's use the idea to solve this question. So the first question I'll ask myself is, what kind of angle pair is this? So you can see this one is inside and then the other one too is inside too. So this is inside, and they are on the same side of the transversal and they are inside the parallel line. So which means that, 3n minus 47 and n plus 7 are supplementary. So they are supplementary. So which means that if I had these two angles, the sum should be equals to 180. So now let's solve this equation real quick. So let's collect the like terms. What are the like terms? This and that. So we have 3n plus n will give me 4n. And then the other like terms will be negative 47 plus 7. That's going to give me negative 40 is equals to 180. And then let's go ahead and solve this two-step equation. So the first thing I need to do, so let's add 40 to both sides. So if I add 40 to both sides, I notice that I have 4n is equals to 220. And then the next thing I have to do in this case is to divide both sides by 4. So I need to divide both sides by 4. So let's divide both sides by 4. So if I divide both sides by 4, then I know that my n would be 55. So my n will be 55. And let's go back and, put 55 as n right here and see what we are going to get. So if you multiply 3 times 55, you notice that you're going to get 165. And then if you subtract that from 47, then we are going to get this one to be 118. I hope my calculation is right. because I just did this in my head. So I hope that's right. So also if I put n as 55 right here, and then if I do what is 55 plus 7, then we notice that one is going to give me 62. Now let's go find out. If I had these two angles, if I had 62 plus 118, is it going to give me 180? Yes, of course it's going to give me 180. So because I have 118 plus 62 is going to give me 180. So which means my answer is right. Is 100% right. So in that case, our answer is right. Now let's move to another interesting example. So this example, I like this example because we are going to use, the last two video that I did. We might be using some of those properties too. So the first thing I have to notice about this question is I have two parallel lines and a transversal. So what do you notice first? The first thing I saw is I have an angle that is inside. 3x plus 77 is inside, and then 4x plus 54 is also inside. And we just said that, those are same side interior angles, and we said that they are supplementary. So which means 3n plus 77 plus 4x plus 54, the sum would be equals to 180. And then all I need to do now is to collect the like terms. 3x plus 4x. This is going to give me 7x plus what is 77 plus 54. That one is going to give me 131. That's going to be equals to 180. So now let's go ahead and solve this two-step equation. First thing I want to do, I want to subtract 131 on both sides. So if I've done that, I have this one to be 7x is equals to, if I subtract 180 from that, then I will notice I'm going to get 49. I'm going to get 49. And then the next thing I have to do, I have to divide by 7. I divide both sides by 7. And then I notice that my x is equals to 7. My x is equals to 7. And then if I go back in and then, put x at 7 in this case, and then I say what is 4 times 7 plus 54, I notice that 4 times 7 is going to be 28 plus 54. So if you decide to add all of this, if you add these two numbers, you're going to get 82. So that one is going to be 82. So which means this one right here is going to be 82. And then if I do the same thing for 3 times 7, x is now 7, and then plus 77, and I know 3 times 7 is 21 plus 77, and then I notice that one is going to give me 98. So this right here is going to give us 98. Now what do you notice about, if we had these two, 82 plus 98, so what would that give us? You notice that is going to give us 180, which tells us, our calculation is right. So it tells us the calculation for, x is right. So we know that this angle right here is going to be 82, and this angle right here is going to be 98. Are we done with this question? Of course, we are not done. We are very close to the looking for u and y. So what can you say about u and y? So we saw in the last video that those are vertically opposite angles. They are vertically opposite angles, and we said vertically opposite angles, they are congruent. So that what congruent means, they have the same measurement. So which means my y is going to be 82. So my y is going to be equals to 82. Why? Because we just saw in the previous video that those are vertical angles. We just saw in that video. And the other one we saw in that video too, you notice that my u would also be equals to 98. Why is that? Because we just saw in a video that they are vertical angles. So if you have not seen that video, so I will encourage you to watch that video before you move ahead to this video.